Hello friends, it is Katty and I am back with another project for the Spiegelmom Scraps design team. And today is What About Wednesday, so we are talking watercolors. What about watercolors? We forget about watercolors sometimes, and they're so much fun and such a fun way to add color and interest to your layout. So my watercolors I'm actually using today to color these cut files that I cut out of my Silhouette Cameo. I just cut a bunch of flowers and it's the same exact flower. What I did is I just made some of them a little bit smaller, some a little bit bigger, and then some of them I left in some of the pieces. When you cut it, you just poke out the pieces from the inside. Some of them I left in there, and you can see that some I left on the inside, some I left around the outside border. So just to kind of switch it up and make them look a little bit different. And I'm going with different shades of orange here. I'm just using my watercolors and mixing them up, just taking all of the orange tones and mixing them up to get different shades of orange. Now I'm not going to make you guys watch me do all of this, but I'm just kind of doing it here so you guys can get an idea. And I'll do some where I go lighter and some darker. These flowers had those leaves on either side, and I actually cut both of them off. So here's everything colored. I colored the leaves and I colored those little tiny sprigs in pink. I actually don't end up using the little sprigs. So I'm gonna try to figure out here what I want to do. I cut one flower extra big, just showing you there that I took a piece of paper from that Lakeside collection. So I cut one of the flowers really big, and that's going to kind of be the map behind my photo. You're going to see what I'm going to do with that. So I'm going to trim off here a few pieces from the white cardstock. This is White American Crafts cardstock. This is from the Spiegelmom Scraps shop. She has the White American Crafts. It's a textured cardstock. She does have that in the shop. So I'm going to use that orange. It's really like a coral color polka dot paper, and I'm going to use it to mat the layout, but I'm not going to use it all around. I'm just going to use it on the bottom and right of the layout. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then I took a piece from the back, which is not necessary to have, and I just did a really light matte on the photo. Photo is a well, it's not a selfie, but it's a picture of me. This was on our trip to Hawaii. We were at a luau, and I had one of the little, don't know what they're called, but the little flower pieces, head pieces, made, and I think my mom took this picture of me, so I wanted to scrap it. So yeah, basically I really wanted to go just for like oranges and yellows. I wanted to bring in some pops of pink, which is what I was going to do with those little sprigs, but at the end I don't use them, and I actually end up using some sequins, so you'll see me do that. So I'm taking here some acetate. Now I would probably recommend to do this same exact thing using like packaging, like from chipboard, like the packaging, regular packaging. I think it would work a little bit better. But here's what I did. So I just kind of placed my sequins in there, and I'm using the Indian Summer Mix from the shop, and I just stapled around. Maybe you can sew, that might be easier, and that might get it closed off a little bit better because my sequins kept on falling out all over the place, so I had to add some extra staples back there once I was done. So yeah, so then I'm just cutting off the extra plastic around, and I'm not worried about the bottom because that's going to go behind my photo. Just worried about the top area where the sequins are going to show. So this was something fun to do, to use up those beautiful sequins. I love this mix. It's an orange mix, and it just has different kind of shades and shapes, or not shapes but size of orange sequins, so it's really pretty. I'm just fixing one of my staples here that kind of got messed up, so that's what I'm doing there. And then I placed the cut file over the acetate piece so that I could staple behind it, so that the staples aren't showing through. So but again, you could sew around this and it might be a lot more efficient. Or if you use a thinner material, it might be easier. Maybe you could even glue it shut, so that might be easier. So I'm going to glue my cut file, and I'm just going to add some glue with my fine line bottle down there. At this point, I don't think I've stuck down my flowers. I'm not sure if I did or didn't. Guess we'll find out. Maybe I did. And I used my fine line bottle, which you see there to the left, with Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And no, I had not gotten my flowers down. So I add some glue behind my photo. And because I'm using it on acetate, I thought the glue would work best. So here I go, sticking everything down. Those little sprigs, again, I'm going to glue some of them down, but I will take them off. I don't end up using them. I did want a pop of pink in here, but again, it didn't work, so I'm gonna actually use some sequins to bring in some pink. So I've got everything glued down at this point. I'm gonna add some of those same sequins from the Indian Summer Mix, and I'm gonna add those to the centers of my flowers. So just to add a little bit of shimmer and extra fun in there. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm using my glue dots. I was gonna use glue, but I realized that was not gonna work. So so I use my glue dots. I always tell you guys the best way to get sequins down is with glue dots. So yep, that's what I'm doing there. I'm just adding those sequins. And as you can see, I removed all the little sprigs. Here I go trying to make them work again, but they just weren't fitting in for me. I don't know, just wasn't working for me. So I'm gonna end up just completely not using them. So I add these, which are flowers. They're like really pretty pink fuchsia flowers. These are from the what mix is that? Raspberry Daisy Dream Mix. One of the gorgeous mixes in the shop. And again, I'm using my glue dots to get those down. So overall, this is very simple. It's not a complicated layout, nothing too crazy going on, but I really love how it turned out. I love that big flower with the sequins. And then the last thing I do is I add some black ink drops with my India ink. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding a few black dots. I really like to add black splatters to finish off a layout. So that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have a link to my blog post below if you guys want to know the details of the products. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I love to hear from you guys. And please subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. I would love for you guys to follow me and see what I post, because I do post videos every week. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!